Hey guys, and welcome back to the JTO channel. And this is your match preview of West Ham versus Chelsea at the London Stadium tomorrow, 12:30 kickoff. Obviously, everyone knows about the 12:30 curse thing, but this season it looks like for all the big six teams, it's kind of gone. Arsenal went to Leicester and won. Liverpool beat Watford. We beat Leicester. We beat, I think, Norwich as well. We faced them on that time as well. So it looks like this 12:30 bullshit, blah, 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 like in the mud now. So anyone worried about that, yeah, leave that out your blood clot minds, innit? Just leave it out your minds, okay? Just focus on the game tomorrow. What are the strengths? What are the weaknesses? We look at West Ham. West Ham are looking good right now, although recently they haven't been looking good. Obviously in their last game against Brighton, they conceded a last-minute equaliser to Mopé's bicycle kick. Wow, what a goal, overhead kick, brilliant. I think they went to Wolves and they lost 1-0 or something like that. So recently hasn't been good for them, but luckily all their teams around them are either far behind and catching up right now, like the likes of Tottenham and Man United, or some of them are close to them right now, but they're just not getting the wins when they mess up. Arsenal. So West Ham, they're a good side. They got a good base, good team. They play positive football. Obviously, they have some big results like beating Liverpool, giving them their first loss of the season. Brilliant performance. They went to Man City, and for a bit they did well, but they lost 2-1. Unlucky from them, but you know what? It's going to be a tough game tomorrow, guys. And obviously, Thomas Tuchel done his press conference today. And obviously, I'm just going to bring up the most important things that caught my eye during that press conference. Obviously, team news. We all know Mateo Kovacic is out. We all know Chilwell's out. We all know Trevor's out. And we all know that, who else is there? Trevor, Reese, Kante, yes. Kante, Kova, Chile, and Trevor Chalobah out. Some positive news on Chalobah. Apparently the scan went well and he should be back in this festive period. So I know I said in my last video that don't be surprised if he's out until the rest of the year. And that could be his 2021 done. But the scans were positive. He looks like he's going to be back. Obviously, nobody knows what's really going on with Kovacic and when he's going to return. Obviously, Nazar Cancela did say that he is really close to returning, but it's muscle injuries, so you got to take your time with it, with that situation. So yeah, we all know Chile and Kante situation. Obviously, Ragnick today had his first press conference as Manchester United's new interim manager, and obviously he was asked about Chelsea and how obviously he rejected us because obviously they only offered him a 4-month deal, but nothing like in terms of long term. Because at Man United, he's the interim manager, and then beyond, he's gonna be part of the board or something like that. He's going to be some sort of director. And I think he wanted that at Chelsea, but he was never going to get it. Plus, it was only 4 months, so he rejected us for that. And he said we offered it round the time after the Wolves game, which is completely wrong. And they asked about that with Tuchel today. And Tuchel obviously stated that, I mean, boy, after the 0-0 against, he joked about and said, like, after the 0-0 against Wolves, maybe Roman, or he didn't particularly say Roman, but he said the bosses may look at that and say, oh, we may have made a mistake on Tuchel here. Let's go get Ralph Ragnick right now. And he joked about that, which was pretty funny, to be fair. Obviously, he talked about Lukaku's return, which is huge for us, and said, obviously, Lukaku's back. He's been training. He's been fine. He wants to start. He's eager to start. And who knows? Will he start tomorrow? He didn't particularly say whether he is or not. He doesn't want to reveal his starting 11, which is totally understandable. So yeah, in terms of Lukaku, we'll see whether he does start tomorrow. You'll see what I think in my predicted lineup. And then obviously Saul, obviously talked about the left wing back situation. Obviously we have a lot of midfielders out. We're gonna, unfortunately, not trying to be harsh on Saul, but we're gonna need him in this period here because Jorginho's gonna have to be rotated. Ruben's going to be playing a lot of games because Kante and Kovacic are out. Maybe Mason Mount might drop in. So Saul, I think, will still have games at centre mid, but obviously he was asked about the left wing back situation and whether we've put him there at training. And obviously Tuchel did say in training he has been put there at left wing back, and there's strong possibilities in the future or maybe tomorrow that he could at one point be playing there because obviously he thinks in a dominant game especially. And he specifically said when we're controlling the play, dominating the ball, he can arrive in the box because he can strike a ball. He's actually pretty good at finishing. He's tall, so he can arrive late back post, maybe get a header on and stuff like that. That sort of tells me that he probably won't start left wing back tomorrow, and maybe he'll start left wing back in a game where we are gonna dominate possession. So we'll see in terms of Saul, what happens there. And yeah, that was really like the main talking points. Is there anything else I've missed? There probably is something else I missed. Obviously, he talked about Hakim Ziyech and how now he feels like he's now comfortable again. Obviously, recently he's been doing well coming off the bench, starting games. 5 goals and assists in his last 7 games. Still needs to improve though, but he feels like the shoulder injury has sort of gone away, and he's feeling happy again. And hopefully Ziyech can cook in it. So yeah, that is really it on the press conference. There's probably one thing I missed, but I forgot. It is what it is. Go check out the press conference. It is on Chelsea's YouTube channel. Really interesting things that Thomas Tuchel said in terms of tomorrow's game. So we look at the predicted lineup, people. You can see by the title. I'll get to that position in a moment, but obviously, let's go. In goal, we start off with Edouard Mendy. Simple as that. There's no reason for me not to tell you why he shouldn't start. So, yep, Mendy in goal. Move on to the back three. I'd play Antonio Rudiger left-sided centre-back. Thiago Silva comes back into the team to start the game. And with Trevor Chalobah out, I would start Andreas Christensen as the right centre-back. Now, we move on into the base at the four, the left wing back, right wing back, and the 2 6s. Obviously, at right wing back, we already know Reece James is back. I'm happy that he did not play at all against Watford. I'm happy he wasn't even on the bench. Didn't even need to stress travelling. So thank you, Tuchel, for doing that, because with Chilwell out, we can't have Reece James out too. So when there's an opportunity for him to get rest, we need to give Reece James that rest at the end of the day. Do you understand? So yeah, got the rest this week, and obviously he's going to be back tomorrow, hopefully at right wing back. So yeah, because we're going to need him. He is a special player, special footballer. Now, left wing back. Left wing back's the debate now. Obviously, like I said, Tuchel talked about Saul possibly playing there. But he specifically said in a dominant game, a game where we're going to control the play. And I feel like tomorrow, I don't think we're going to quite control the play all the time against West Ham. I feel like West Ham tomorrow could be a dogged game, could be a fight as well. And I don't know physically if Saul's going to be up for that. So I'm not sure he's going to play there tomorrow, but he is in contention to play there. I've seen people say Hudson-Odoi. Does Hudson-Odoi play there? Because obviously Marcos Alonso recently has been a liability going forward and defending as well. Not been helping out Rudiger much. And obviously in the Watford game, didn't really help out Pulisic much, Alonso. But he's still in contention, Alonso, because he's our only natural left wing back, I guess, at the club, technically, because Ben Chilwell's out and we miss him very much. I've seen people say Pulisic. Should we give Pulisic a try at left wing back? Who should we give a try? Should it be Saul? Should it be Alonso? Should it be Pulisic? Should it be Hudson-Odoi? No. None of those guys for me. For me, Azpilicueta there. And the reason why I am going to put Azpilicueta at left wing back for me is because he's reliable, he's experienced. Okay, I think for one-off game or a couple of games, he can do a job at left wing back. He is good defensively and he's got a good cross on him. And plus, he's very versatile anyway. Under Mourinho, he played as a left back. Now, playing as a left back is different to playing left wing back. I hear that, of course. Your worries about him? Yeah, his lack of pace could it could define him in terms of it could be a struggle. He might get tired quickly, bombing up and down the wing because in our system, the ones that do the most running are our wing backs. So that could be the concern with Aspie, but I do trust Aspie. The fact that he went off against Watford around when did he go off? Around the 70th minute, 20 minutes to go, something like that, maybe earlier. Tells me in a way he is going to start this weekend. Now, whether that's going to be at left wing back or right-sided centre-back, I don't know, because I assume Reece James will start at right wing back. So I would like to see Azpilicueta play there. He's defensively reliable. He's got a good cross on him. And yeah, he's the captain. And the captain's reliable at the end of the day. And I feel like he could do a better job down that side tomorrow. And I feel like he can help the attack, And in build-up play, he knows what to do with the ball. He doesn't panic. He doesn't look slow on the ball. He looks like he knows what he's doing. He looks like he can play those 1-2s. He feels like he does understand his teammates. With Alonso, it's like, you're a bit slow on build-up play. And defensively, you're not reliable like that, innit? So, who knows, innit? But for me personally, I would play Azpilicueta there tomorrow. Not Hudson-Odoi, not Pulisic. This is West Ham, okay? They're 4th right now in the league. They're a good side, okay? Down that side, they could play, I don't know, Soufal. He's a very good player, Gets down the byline and can give a good cross as well. So, West Ham are a tough team to play tomorrow. We're not facing Norwich. If we're facing Norwich with Ben Chilwell out, then I would probably put Hudson-Odoi there. That's why I said Hudson-Odoi should start against Watford, because Watford, they're struggling, but it's a good thing he didn't, because to be honest, it was a tough game. So yeah, for me personally, I play Azpilicueta there. Double pivot, really easy. Jorginho, for me, comes back straight into the team. Was on the bench against Watford. Didn't play at all. Love that from Tuchel. So yeah, specialist player, just like Reece James, we definitely showed in that Watford game that he is probably one of our most important players in the team. In general, because he's built the way he is in build-up play, the way he helps the centre backs out, the way he picks passes, the way he finds space for himself, and the way others just pick up positions in which he finds and pings balls and gives straightforward passes to them. Something Saul didn't really do you understand? So, and I think that's what we expected from Saul, to play sort of that Jorginho role, but he couldn't quite do it because he's not as smart, or he doesn't have, like, the awareness. His awareness isn't as good as Jorginho. So Jorginho plays for me tomorrow, and the other one has to be Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I've been seeing people cook this guy recently. I don't understand. What? Two bad games, and one of them wasn't even particularly all of his fault. Against Man United, fair enough, in the first half he was poor. In the second half he was a lot better, no? And then in this game, wasn't he a little bit better in the second half than the first half? He was poor again, at fault for the goal, I understand that. But certain people are just onto him, like, it doesn't make any sense. Fam, like, come on, just allow him. Who are you going to play there? Mason Mount instead? Is he that bad for you that you're going to play Mason Mount instead? I feel like people are being way, way too harsh on Ruben Loftus-Cheek. And you need to allow him, man. Okay? Yes, two bad games in two halves. I understand that. But come on, behave yourself, fam. And it's a bit of a risk, maybe starting for a third game in a row, considering he's injury prone. But I wouldn't play Mason Mount there in the double six. I just don't. I'm not the biggest fan of him there. So yeah, for me, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. We move on now to the front three. Bit hard of this to debate, but I think it's simple for me. Callum Hudson-Odoi gets back in the team. As much as Pulisic was, not helped out by Alonso, he didn't do himself any favours in that game either, with decision making in the final third. And I feel like he's better off coming off the bench anyway to make an impact in the game. Maybe when we're winning the game, he can, with spaces, drive into the space and maybe get goals and create chances. The same goes for Hakim Ziyech for me. I know he's been in good form recently in terms of the GA, but for me, again, when the spaces open up, when we're winning the game, when West Ham are going for it, hopefully tomorrow, he can come on alongside Pulisic, create chances for him. The Leicester game is the perfect example. Those two were so good because there were so much space for them to occupy in, for them to run into and do what they have to do best. So for me, Hudson-Odoi on the left wing, Mason Mount on the right of the front three, and Romelu Lukaku up front for me. And if he's not going to play Romelu, then I think it'll be Kai Havertz. And I think that will be the team that plays tomorrow. In terms of what's unlikely, Lukaku and Aspi, I think, are probably the most unlikely ones to play in those positions. If Aspi doesn't play left wing back, he either doesn't play at all or he plays at right centre back. And Lukaku, maybe Tuchel might want one more sub appearance for him, and then he starts him in the next game. Who knows? I know Kai really did play well, but I'd play Mason because he's man of the match. We're gonna need him. Feel like his understanding with Reece James is really good, and his understanding with Callum Hudson-Odoi is really good as well. That Cobham link, you understand? So we kind of need that tomorrow. And I feel like for Lukaku tomorrow, we're gonna need two creators. And I think particularly in this system from the start, I feel like Callum Hudson-Odoi is more of a creator than a finisher. And I say the same thing about Mason Mount, more of a creator than a finisher. And I feel like Mason Mount's form is getting back up as time goes on. And Callum Hudson-Odoi, one bad game against Man United out of like 8 he started. So yeah, straight back in the team as he got rested and didn't come on at all. And yeah, that would be my team, guys. Mendy in goal, a back three of Rudiger, Christensen, and Thiago Silva. Just swap those two around. Right wing back Reece James, left wing back Azpilicueta. A double pivot of Jorginho and Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and then a front three of my man Callum Hudson-Odoi alongside Mason Mount as the 10s and Romelu Lukaku up front because he needs to stat pad. He needs to stat pad tomorrow. Hopefully he does. And yeah, my score prediction, guys. I'm going for a 1-0 Chelsea win. Feel like it's going to be a tight game. I have a feeling West Ham might go to a back three as well, like they did against City, and try sit back compact, go on the counter-attack, take us on. I feel like it's going to be a tough game. These are, West Ham are very hard to beat because defensively they are so good. Let's just keep things real. They got Kurt Zouma at the back, Declan Rice in midfield, Souček. They're going to be physical. They're going to be up for it at the London Stadium, 12:30. Fans going to be roaring. So I think it's going to be a really tough game. And I feel like we might cancel each other out. That's why I'm going for a 1-0 Chelsea win. It's going to be a tight game because, like I said, as much as we're hard to break down, they're hard to break down as well. So, and Liverpool and City sort of, City, it took them a while to get the 2 goals they wanted to, and Liverpool didn't beat them either. So, yeah, guys, that is my score prediction. 1-0 Chelsea, going to be a really tight game. The goal scorer will be Lukaku. Whether it's off the bench or whether he starts, doesn't matter. He's scoring tomorrow. So yeah, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please like, comment, subscribe, turn on those post notifications, follow my social media down below. And yeah, guys, I will see you tomorrow for the player ratings and my match review. Come on, Chelsea, let's get this W. Peace.